Good afternoon. This is Sunday afternoon, December 28th, 2025. We're looking at a very complex and very significant dynamic weather setup for this afternoon with potential severe weather. Things have really amplified, have increased since last night. Things have become more unstable since last night. In fact, we had thunderstorms that moved across the Chicago area even earlier this morning, with even one storm reaching very close to severe limits. Damaging wind gusts are even happening in places where there's no thunderstorms or they're forecasted to happen. Porter County might be seeing wind gusts of 65 miles per hour. That's something that's a rarity to have non-thunderstorm wind gusts in the forecast for 65 miles per hour. Very intense stuff. The wind advisory, the National Weather Service tells us, might need to be upgraded to a high wind warning as the afternoon goes on. And we also have the severe weather potential as highest between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. this afternoon. And we even have the potential for a few possible brief tornadoes as what likely will be a quasi-linear squall line that develops across the area, possibly a supercell. So although the energy for the thunderstorms is not as intense as you would see in the summertime, but the other dynamics which are at play is what's really pumping up the potential for all of this to be happening. The National Weather Service tells us that these types of forecasts are very unpredictable. It's very difficult to forecast winter setups, and therefore there's really a lot of doubt as to what exactly is going to be happening this afternoon. But anything that does happen, people should realize the highest severe potential is regarding damaging wind gusts. The next one is hail, possibly an inch in diameter. And then the third thing, which is the lowest on the list, is tornadoes. We're holding right now at a level 2 out of 5 for severe weather potential for this afternoon, mostly in the southeastern and southern portions of the county warning area of the National Weather Service. That's also the southern portions, southeastern portions of Chicago. But it's possible that a few storms could make it north of Interstate 80. Then we come into tonight. A very powerful Arctic front will cause temperatures to drop more than 20 degrees within just a couple of hours. This is a bomb cyclone, or very close to a bomb cyclone, as the barometric pressure drops 20 millibars within an 18-hour period, or more than 20 millibars. A bomb cyclone is when the pressure drops 24 millibars within a 24-hour period. So we're getting very close to bombogenesis, very close to that. Wraparound moisture comes in later on tonight, and it falls as snow. Wraparound moisture, if this would be the East Coast, the wraparound moisture technically could really go on for quite some time, and a lot of times that's not really so forecastable either, because the storm intensifies so rapidly, it's not really clear how long the snow will stay around, because the storm continues to develop and develop, so then the snow keeps falling, especially when the storm is developing over an ocean. Here in the Midwest, we don't have the storm developing over an ocean. Nonetheless, we still have some of those doubts in place. As of right now, forecast is calling for a half an inch to an inch of snowfall, something like that. But it is wraparound moisture, so the snow could possibly be a little bit more than that. That's a possibility. We also have the potential for a flash freeze here in the Chicago area. This is also difficult to forecast because a lot of times when you have strong winds, it could dry up all of the rain, dry everything up before the real cold air comes in. That's what's forecasted to happen in the St. Louis area. But as of right now, here in the Chicago area, there should be enough moisture remaining on the ground. But by the time the much colder weather comes in, not only that, when the snow starts falling, the snow should start sticking immediately. Here's another big shockaroo. Dew points in the south portions of Chicago, from Valparaiso northward, southward really, and even some areas northward. This is where the warm front is. It's become very difficult to even detect the warm front on the computer models due to a rain washout. But nonetheless, the warm front exists. Dew points in the low 60s coming off the Gulf of Mexico is making it into parts of the Chicago area, along with temperatures in the low 60s. This is very close to record warmth occurring in the southern portions of the Chicago area. That's for this afternoon. So we have quite a setup. The heavy rain has been taking place north of the warm front. If you're south of the warm front, there will be some areas of sunshine this afternoon, temperatures in the 60s. And then we have that severe weather potential right now, or earlier today, as of 7 a.m., weather balloons were set up into the atmosphere over Springfield, Missouri, showing very deep level lapse rates. This is like intense stuff. So thunderstorm development is going to be occurring. And the question is, well, it makes it into the Chicago area. Any severe weather that does occur, it's a very narrow corridor of potential of severe weather, and it's moving east at 60 miles per hour. So it's really short-lived, moving through the area at sometime between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. That's our latest update for today. I wish everyone well and stay safe. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening.